Hey y'all, it's Crazy Excite here, and I'm bringing you this nice little domination gameplay. Wow, way to start things off. Gameplay from Lil Z Purple and or XCG Twists. It is a MOAB, a MK14 MOAB for the most part. I believe the Scar L is used towards the end of the gameplay just a bit. For our MOAB Monday, that's right, every week Monday, it's going to be MOAB Monday. We're going to try to throw some different players in here, some different weapons, just keep it changing up for you guys, so you're not looking at the same weapon on the screen all the time. And the topic of today's commentary is going to be something that I've just recently come to realize, and I'm 16, so it's kind of weird that I've only recently, seen this as something that's true and that I think should be thought about by more people and recognized by more people, but it is just something that's come to me recently because I had a personal experience that was relating to it, and it's just kind of weird how it really does take things. It takes it happening to you for you to see it as a problem, or to see it as something that's a real and prevalent factor that, happens to everyone in the world. But before I get into actually what it is, I would just like to say that I'm in a rather good mood. I have this delicious glass of water next to me. I have yet to choke on my own saliva, as I typically do when starting a commentary, and I successfully did a barrel roll while coming down here to do this commentary. I tripped over the cord to the iron, and instead of sprawling on the ground like an idiot and crying like a girl as I would typically do, I managed to pull off a roll of sorts. I was quite impressed with myself. I stopped and thought about my accomplishments for a moment. But now let us get into our topic before I just start strutting about and reminiscing about the days when I was rolling on the floor. So, recently, I took a trip to the Netherlands. You guys know that if you've been keeping up to date on our videos. I talked about that a while ago. And while I was there, actually, something happened that I didn't find out about till I got back. But it was that... Oh my god, I just screamed into my microphone. I'm sorry, guys. It was that my girlfriend left me while I was there, and when I got back, we talked, and it was because of religious differences. So, she's like super diehard Catholic, and I don't actually have a religious affiliation. I think that everyone is just as right as everyone else. If you believe in God, or believe in multiple gods, or you don't, that's totally fine with me. Like, you guys, I think everybody's just as right as everyone else. Nobody has any justification to call out anyone else, because no one really knows. So that's fine, and, you can be whatever you want, and I'm totally cool with everybody, and I'm chill. But her parents forbid her to see me, because, if you're not diehard whatever she is, or whatever somebody is, then you'd worship the devil or something. But, anyhow, let us not get too much into that. And it just made me realize something. It's kind of like whenever I was coming home on the plane. And I was coming home on the plane, and I was looking out the window as I was flying back into Pittsburgh, because I live in a town right off the east side of Pittsburgh. And I saw all the buildings, and I saw all the bridges, and everything that we, as a people, have made, and everything that we have accomplished, and all these agricultural feats, and the farms, and all these industrial feats, and just everything that we've accomplished, and I started to think about everything that we've made in the world, because people are the most superior beings on the planet. I mean, we can do so much. It's amazing when you think about it. It's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely stellar that we have the ability. I mean, we're the most intelligent species on the planet, and all this other stuff that, I could keep spewing on about on how great we are and the opportunities we all have. But then it made me think that, who was the person that designed all these buildings and that made all these things? And I realized that it's not one type of person that does all that. It's, the bridges that I was flying over, it wasn't just a group of, white Catholics that did that. It wasn't just a group of, Jewish men that did that. It wasn't a group of, super intelligent scientists that did that. It's a compilation of so many different types of people that come together to create what we know as this world that we live in. And it's a shame that there's so much persecution and this pseudo thing where people say, I'll tolerate someone else's tolerance, is that we shouldn't strive for tolerance. We should strive for acceptance. And that's a really big difference. Is you shouldn't just try to tolerate someone because they're different and you say, okay, I can put up with them. Is what we should do is you should accept them, and you should try to say, what can they bring into my life that's good? Just by being there, everyone can really add something to your life. And there's so much you can learn and so much you can gain from different types of people that it's mind-blowing that people can just, exclude you or just put you down immediately just because of some face value reason that sets you apart. They talk to you for a conversation for hours, and they think, oh, you're a great person. Then they learn some little factoid about you, and that just totally blows up, the image they had of you before. So I could go on about a topic like this for hours, of course, but I'm just going to try to cut it off and say the main point of it is that not one type of person has created the world as we know it today, and not one type of person has left people in general with the opportunities that we all face. And it's not just that one type of person that can make the world a better place, and that is the kind of person we need to support and cherish. It's millions, literally millions of different types of people. There are billions of people, but if you break it into types, there are millions of types of people that have something to offer. And just working together is what has brought certain things to fruition that we use and love on a daily basis. And just this place that we live in is the culmination of the work of millions of different types of people. And so it's hard whenever you see that persecution and that kind of stuff happening, whenever groups of people are just segregated like that, or someone's automatically, like I said earlier, put down just because of some tiny unidentifiable difference. I don't know, it just really rubs me the wrong way that that's something that's prevalent in society. Because when you look at it, it's just, I don't know how many more times I can say that. It's all of these different people working together to create the place we live in. So it doesn't matter if you're black or Latino or white or whatever religious preference you are, whatever sexuality you are. Just so many things that can set us apart, and set us apart as individuals should bring us together as a group. Hopefully that makes sense now that I think about it. But really, we're all individual, but we're all people. We're all inclusive in the same species and the same things that we all do. So that's what I have to say about that. And then back to my personal experience. A lot of people talk about closure in a relationship, and that was my closure. Coming to this realization that I don't want to be with someone and with someone's family that's going to be, kind of persecuting all these other types of people based on such stupid little minute differences, really. And it's kind of lucky that I got out of that when I did, because it would have become a very miserable situation, and really it's just kind of awkward whenever you see and whenever you're with people that are just, so unaccepting like that. So, there you go. Now Mondays, MOAB Mondays. Try to have another heartfelt deep talk with you guys next week. Hope you guys enjoyed this game. And until then, this has been Crazed Excite and TTFN.